Well, all right. It is Monday, April 15th. It's just about 9:15 a.m. here on the West Coast, and I have finished trading for my day here. 4-0 today. Really good results to start the new week. And yeah, things just working. Wasn't feeling any pressure today. Just really a nice, easy day to trade. Took the trades that felt right to me and skipped some towards the end that would have worked, as well as skipped one somewhat early on that would have not worked. So I felt like I had the right balance. I was kind of staying out of the areas where I had reason to stay out, but then not afraid to take the trades that were coming to me otherwise. And yeah, today was nice. So looking at here, PA6, I made $117. PA7, which is my lowest current balance on the PA account, made $71. Back up to $500 drawdown on this account. I was really low before. I think I've doubled my drawdown since I think it was around 250 at the lowest point. Now we're about 500 drawdown. PA8 got a win for $117. And then the two evaluations that were traded today, evaluation 33 and 36, both made $212 each. Those both were copy traded on the same one trade, which was the Alpine orb trade. And really liking the results of this Alpine trade. So let me get into it here. As you can see, 4-0 for the day, 100% as the week goes well. And overall for the year, that means I'm now at 181 wins and 45 losses. So 226 trades already taken this year, which is still great volume of trades for me. So let me take all this stuff off the screen. For anyone that doesn't know, I am picking 4 charts for my regular trading system, 4 different tick charts on the NQ. I look for all my tick charts that I trade off of to have second entries where every second entry works for my profit target. And those are the charts that I trade off of. And then what I've added into my arsenal as of last week is the Alpine ORB trade, which is I'm now 4-0 overall. And so let me switch over to that and I'll talk about it real quick and then move on to the rest of my trades and get this wrapped up. All right, so here's the live market, and all the way up here is where the opening trade was. So let's get zoomed in here. All right, so here we go. When I got started today, I was on the chart by about 6:20 in the morning. It was going pretty sideways, and the range was pretty clear. The only question for me was just if the range was here or here. I kind of felt like, well, I felt like that was the range, right? So I just wanted to be outside of that. But then I was also concerned about, it could have been potentially here or even here. So I went with kind of splitting the difference. I wanted to be outside of this range, but I was still within this wick here, which is fine. I figured if it triggered there, I was probably pretty safe. As you can see, I got triggered in and it just blasted through. So I got my scalp really quick. Obviously could have gone for a lot more of it. I mean, you could pass evaluations with this move today. You could qualify for payouts on this move today in a single trade, although you'd mess up your 30% consistency rule. But yeah, just happy with the scalp. It worked. It's the 4th time I've taken the trade on an Apex account, and it's the 4th time it's worked in a row. So I've done some back testing on it now. I've done over 70 trades, about 74 trades, I believe, between playback and live market with my Apex accounts, and I've only lost twice. So right now it's looking like a 97% plus win percentage, according to my data. So I'm really liking the trade, and I'm gonna keep taking it. And I copy traded on 2 accounts today. I really wanted to copy trade onto my PA, but I didn't do it. But that's likely to be coming sometime soon, the way things have been going. So I'm gonna keep trying to stay disciplined and not jump the gun too quick on the PA account with this trade, but it's looking more and more likely like I should be using it on not only my PA count, but just multiple accounts as I go forward. So we'll see how it goes. But let me get my next trade set up here. All right, so here's my next trade. And, we were working steadily up. We had my, actually, let me switch on the markers for this account. All right, now we can see my entries. So yeah, we were moving up. We got a new high. We retested the high and got a new high. And so we had a pretty strong move down here. And zooming in here. So when we had the strong 2-leg move down, we also had a strong leg up and a second leg up. And so I figured, I was actually thinking it would come off of the opening price line, this white dotted line for my setup, but we were a little shy of it, a little shy of the measured move, but we had plenty of room. I had plenty of room to the EMA. So I just figured, the chart was running good, take the trade, took it on PA7 first. And so that was a 1 contract trade. I got 15 ticks, made $71 on the trade. And yeah, I like that trade. So then I moved on to the next chart. And not too long after, this was where my first trade was. So you can see my first trade I entered roughly 6:55 in the morning. Well, my second trade, I guess. And so my third trade, I entered at 7:04 a.m. Did this one on PA6 and made $117 on 13 ticks. And yeah, worked real nice. Really big move. Imagine if I was trying to trade runners, but not doing that. And so then at this point, we had a really strong leg down, and it looked like one leg after a 2-leg correction up. So what I was thinking was we are going to make a run for closing the previous day close, which is this dotted blue line, dashed blue line. And so there was a first entry here, second entry below this, right at the EMA. Just seemed like a great place to take the trade. Took this on PA8, $117 for 13 ticks. And as you can see, it went for much, much more. And again, just like the trade. Now, after this trade, we had an attempt to close the gap, and we had a second attempt, a third attempt. And so I was getting pretty kind of sketched out at this point, the fact that it wasn't just going and closing the gap. So I actually had a new low here, and first entry, second entry off of this bar. Actually, on this chart, no. On this chart, this is a new low, first entry, and then second entry here. Didn't work on this chart. But there was another chart I had. Where was it? There's another chart I was looking at where I could have taken the trade. It looks like I don't have the chart anymore. I was switching charts at a certain point. Yeah, I was switching. Oh, no. Yeah, it's not that these charts aren't the ones that I was looking at in terms of thinking about it, but you could get the idea here. Looking at this chart where I had a second entry short right about here that I was considering, and I chose not. It might have even been this one, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I think I had a new low here, first entry, second entry. I could have taken this short here, but because we had already attempted to close the gap here, attempted here, and attempted here, I've seen situations in recent history where trying to close the gap, and my mind has been so focused on that it has to close the gap that I take this trade, and then it doesn't work and gives me a loss. So I skipped this trade, even though it would have ended up working, and it did end up closing the gap eventually. And then there were some other trades kind of down here that I could have taken as well that would have worked that I skipped. As well as there was a trade, let me see, on this chart, after my second trade of the day, had a new high here, and there was a first entry long and a second entry long above this bar that set up, and I chose not to take it because the sell-off was so strong. It wasn't like in like an area that was like very clear support. I mean, maybe you can say that, but the fact that it went right through these ones before it, I just didn't feel confident to take that. And so I chose to skip it, and it was a good thing I did because it wouldn't have worked. I would have got a loss there. So but at this point, I was just thinking to myself, the way this was selling off, the destination to me was the previous day close, and it eventually did happen that way. So today was a good balance of taking the trades when they come, but also skipping the trades that were in kind of troubling areas to me, and not trying to be too greedy, trying to get a trade for every single account, just taking what comes to me, following my instinct. And so I like the balance. 4 trades in a day for me, volume wise, is great. Like, I'm okay with 4 trades a day. I don't have to have 6, 7, 8 trades a day. So while those days are nice, when I do get into the 6, 7, 8 trades a day, it seems like more times than not I have a loss, because my win rate is to win 4 out of 5 or 8 out of 10. So I'm being at 80%. If I can have a 4-0 day, I don't want to push it on the 5th trade, because I'm just tempting to get that one loss that makes me 80%. So having said all that, I think I've said it all. The 80% discount going on till the end of the month, April 30th. You can use this code or any other. Appreciate everyone that has used it so far. Appreciate anyone that decides to use it in the future. Definitely helps me out, and I thank you for that. And I am live streaming every single day between 10 a.m. Eastern and 12:30. And let me put this all back on the screen real quick here, so you can see it there. For me, I'm on the West Coast, so 7 a.m. to about 9:30 typically, which is about right now as I'm recording this review video, will be my live stream. So anyone that is checking out the review video for the first time, I always leave the live streams up, and you can always go back and see how these trades played out live. The only trade I'm not streaming live is the Alpine opening trade, which he's not streaming it live, so I'm just taking his lead, and I'm not streaming it live either. Also, it helps to not have the extra pressure of the stream going when I'm doing that trade, since it's still so new to me. But 4-0 on the trade on the Alpine Orb, and I'm going to just keep it going and see how far it can take me. There's reason to believe, with all the data I've collected, that the streaks can run long, and I can really build up accounts using that trade every single day. And it has a real opportunity for me to finally be able to trade multiple accounts on one single trade, because I feel already much more comfortable taking that single trade on multiple accounts than I do my standard system on multiple accounts on those trades, being the difference between an 80% setup and a 97+% setup. So I'm going to keep feeling it out. Come check me out every day, 10 a.m. Eastern. And I'll always start off my day with giving the update on how that trade went, and then preparing to continue to trade my normal system from that point on. So appreciate everyone that's watching, subscribing. Anyone new, please like and subscribe. Follow me on the journey. There's not many people that I found on YouTube that show all the accounts they're trading, all the balances, all the win rate stats, all the P&L, win or lose, just everything I can show, I'm trying to show. So I never hide it. It's never something where you have to like come onto my video and wonder, what about this account or what about that account? And the only time I will ever take a trade that is not recorded live on stream is the Alpine Orb trade. Otherwise, every single trade you will see here. Until I started trading that particular trade last week, that was not true. Every single trade was always recorded and streamed online. So that's the one different thing I'm currently doing now. And again, it's just me following his lead. He didn't teach it to me personally. I just watched his channel, and I've, kind of taken the hints and things he's talked about and started trying it out for myself. And it just seems to be working, whether I'm doing it the way he does it or not. It's approximately about the way he does it from my understanding, and good results are coming my way so far. So I'll keep that going and see how it goes, as well as my usual system. And hopefully it's all leading towards the one thing I've been wanting so bad for so long, which will be my first payout. So follow me on the journey, like and subscribe. Let's see if I can get there. All right. Hope you had a good trading day, and I'll be back at it tomorrow. Have a good one.